Hello and welcome to another MOOG demo library. In this video, we're going to look at how to achieve dynamic chorusing and interactive diffusion with Muse. With Muse firmware version 1.4, we've added the ability to modulate all parameters of the diffusion delay using the 6 new global modulation sources. Since the diffusion delay is a global effect, it can't be modulated by the normal envelopes and LFOs on Muse, which are per voice. So we've now added global LFOs and global envelopes to the mod map. If I try to assign LFO2 to modulate the delay time in the left channel of the diffusion delay, you'll see that upon choosing the delay time as a modulation destination, the modulation source immediately changes to the global LFO2 rather than the normal LFO2. In another video, we'll take a deeper look into how the global modulation sources work, but let's dive into how they're utilized in this patch. In this patch, we use the LFOs to achieve a chorusing effect by modulating the left and right channels of the diffusion delay. If we go into the mod map, we can see what's going on. Global LFO1 is modulating the left channel of the delay, and global LFO2 is modulating the right channel of delay. And the mod wheel is raising the rate of both. Changing the depth of mod wheel modulation to both LFOs will adjust the range of chorusing rate achievable with the mod wheel. You'll see that I have very shallow modulation depths for the modulation from the LFOs to the delay times. That's consistent with what we want in a chorus. With shallow modulation, I get a chorusing warble. But if I go and exaggerate the modulation depth, I'll get something very different. For chorusing, you want to make sure that in the diffusion delay more menu, you have pitch shift selected as the time mode rather than crossfade. Set to crossfade, we get clean delays when the delay time is changed. This avoids the pitch artifacts that were typical of analog BBD or tape delays, but for chorusing, we want those artifacts. We can get back our chorusing effect by going back into the mod map and returning to shallow modulation depths. Set the modulation depth to 0 and then hold Shift as you turn the value encoder to make fine adjustments. In addition to chorusing, we also utilize the mod map to engage other parts of the diffusion delay. We use the macro knob to adjust the diffusion time, and we use aftertouch to not only open the filter envelope sustain stage, but also increase the diffusion amount. A bit of slew is added to the aftertouch to smooth out these transitions. This allows us to fold multiple aspects of the diffusion delay into our patch, so that it responds to our playing and we have multiple dimensions of control over the delay. An alternative version of this patch uses the same basic idea but in a different way. Going into the mod map, we can see that with this patch I have the global envelope generators modulating the LFO rates, so that as I hold a note, the chorusing rate increases. I can exaggerate those rate increases for deeper dynamic modulation of the chorusing. In this patch, Global Envelope Generator 1 is multi-trigged, so that as I add new notes, the envelope generator will begin again. I can go into the More menu to turn on and off multi-trig for the Global Envelope Generator. Global Envelope Generator 1 is edited with the filter envelope controls, and in the More menu I can press Gmod Edit to switch between the More menus for the VCF envelope or the Global Envelope Generator. Turning multi-trig off for the Global Envelope Generator will instead wait for all keys to be released to restart the envelope. But with multi-trig on, I get a little more interesting results from this dynamic chorusing.